Let me share something with you that most people won't tell you. It's not about being good-looking, wealthy, or even highly intelligent. If you want a woman to truly be drawn to you, the real secret is mastering yourself first. Here's the truth. Most guys are getting this all wrong. Forget everything you've heard about dating. It's not about expensive gifts or looking like a model. What truly attracts women is your emotional strength. How calm, steady, and confident you are on the inside. If you don't get that right, no amount of clever lines or confidence tricks will help. In fact, they might even make things worse. If you've ever felt ignored, overlooked, or like you're not getting noticed, it's probably because something feels off. Women can sense when you're not in control of yourself, and that's why they walk away. But here's the good news. By applying a few simple Stoic principles, you can naturally draw her in without even trying. This isn't just another dating tip video. It's a strategy to unlock true attraction. And it starts with you, not her, not what she wants, but you. It's all about mastering your mind, emotions, and how you present yourself to the world. Hey, this is James. I'm here to help you develop a Stoic mindset, master your relationships, and take control of your dating life. If you're ready to level up, hit that subscribe button now. Let's dive in. Here's the reality. Most guys have been fed misleading advice about what truly attracts women. Society tells you to chase them, shower them with gifts and compliments, or worse, pretend to be someone you're not. Then you wonder why she loses interest, stops responding, or why things just aren't working out. Let me be direct with you. You're going about this all wrong. You've been told that dating is some kind of game where the goal is to win her attention. But here's the truth. The more you try to win her over, the more you lose sight of yourself. And trust me, she can sense it. Women have an instinct for this. They can tell when you're putting on an act, and the harder you try to impress her, the more distant she becomes. It's time to stop chasing and start attracting. The only real way to draw her in is by mastering yourself. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you felt completely in control of your emotions, thoughts, and actions? If you're like most guys, you're probably reacting to everything, her moods, her words, her little tests. But what if I told you the key to not only gaining her interest, but keeping it, is mastering your inner world, becoming emotionally unshakable? This isn't some quick trick. It's a timeless philosophy called Stoicism. Now, you might be wondering, what does an ancient philosophy have to do with dating? The answer is everything. Stoicism isn't about hiding your emotions or acting distant. It's about learning to control your emotions so they don't control you. When you stop reacting to every little thing and stay calm and centered, that's when she truly starts to notice. Not the guy trying too hard to impress her, but the man who is grounded, knows his worth, and doesn't seek approval to feel confident. Imagine walking into any situation, whether it's a first date or a long-term relationship, with a calm, steady confidence that makes her feel secure. That's the kind of presence that leaves a lasting impression. Picture this. While other guys are nervously stumbling over their words, trying too hard with jokes or showing off, you're just there, completely relaxed. You're not looking for her approval. You're simply present in the moment. That's real power, and that's what makes you unforgettable in her mind. Here's a big truth that nobody talks about. Women don't want to be chased. They want to feel drawn in. The moment you stop chasing, stop trying to prove your worth, is the moment she feels something shift. She becomes intrigued, curious, and, most importantly, she starts wanting you. Why? Because you're showing her something that 99% of other guys don't have: self-control. Stoicism is the secret weapon you never knew you needed. It's not about playing games or using tricks. It's about becoming the kind of man who naturally draws people in, not because of what you say or do, but because of who you are. When you master this, everything changes. You'll stop overthinking your next move, stop trying to impress, and start being the man she's drawn to. And guess what? It's not difficult. Once you understand these Stoic principles and apply them to your life, not only will your dating life improve, but everything else will too. Your relationships, your career, and even the way you see the world. Everything starts to fall into place. So, if you're ready to become the kind of man who commands attention without even trying, let's dive in. Now that you understand the power of Stoicism, let's talk about something most guys get wrong when it comes to attraction: words. A lot of guys think they need clever lines or funny comebacks to grab a woman's attention. But let me tell you, that's not it. It's not about being the funniest or the smartest. It's about saying the right thing at the right time in a way that connects with her on a deeper level. Let me simplify it for you. Women hear compliments all the time. Saying, "You're beautiful" or "You're so attractive" barely makes an impact anymore. They've heard it 1,000 times. It's background noise. But do you know what they rarely hear? Genuine compliments about who they are, not just how they look. Here's the first thing you need to do. Use her name in conversation. It might sound basic, but trust me, it's powerful. When you say her name, it triggers something deep in her brain. It makes her feel noticed, special, and unique. But don't overdo it. You don't need to say her name in every sentence. That would just make things awkward. Instead, use it at the right moments, like when giving her a sincere compliment. It will make her feel like she's the only one that matters in that moment. Next, compliment her in a way that no one else does. Most guys stick to the easy stuff, her looks. But if you really want to stand out, compliment her on something deeper. Talk about her intelligence, her passion, or her character. If she shares a story about something she cares about, don't just nod and smile. Show her you're paying attention. Say something like, "I love how passionate you are about this." It's rare to find someone who thinks so deeply about things. That kind of compliment doesn't just flatter her, it makes her feel understood, and that's what she truly craves. Here's the thing, women want to feel special, but not in a shallow, superficial way. They want to know that you see them for who they are beneath the surface. Most guys miss this completely because they're too busy trying to impress her with jokes or talking about themselves. But you're different. You're showing her that you see her in a way no one else does. Now, let's dive into something that often gets overlooked but can make all the difference: gratitude. It might sound simple, even cliché, but practicing genuine gratitude is a game changer, especially in relationships. Think about it. How often do we move through life without stopping to appreciate the little things? Now imagine how powerful it is when you do take a moment to express that appreciation. Women notice it. They really do. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine she goes out of her way to do something thoughtful. Maybe she remembers your favorite snack and surprises you with it after a long day. Or she sends you a text checking in just because. These might seem like small, everyday gestures, but they're actually huge. Moments like these can make a big impact. Most guys honestly just brush these things off. They think, "Oh, that's nice," but they don't really show appreciation. Here's where you can be different. Instead of giving a quick, automatic "thanks," stop for a second, look her in the eyes, and give her a real, heartfelt "thank you." Let her know that you see what she did and that it mattered to you. Not only will this make her feel valued, but it also shows her that you're fully present in the relationship. You're not just coasting along, taking things for granted like so many others might. And here's the thing. Women can tell when they're being taken for granted. It's not about grand gestures all the time. It's about consistently appreciating the small moments that truly matter. Let's bring in a bit of Stoicism here. Stoic philosophy is all about focusing on what you can control. And part of that is how you respond to the people around you. Showing gratitude is a conscious choice. You can't control whether someone appreciates you back in the same way, but you can choose to acknowledge the kindness they've shown you. It's about being mindful and intentional with your actions. So when you thank her, don't do it just because you feel like you have to. Do it because you want to, because it's a reflection of your own character and values. And let's be real. When you make her feel valued, she'll naturally feel more comfortable and connected to you. Think about it. When was the last time someone truly appreciated you? Didn't it make you feel more confident, more secure? That's the same effect your gratitude can have on her. It's about creating an environment where both of you feel respected and seen. I'll give you a personal example. There was a time when I was in a relationship and made the mistake of not fully appreciating the small things my partner did. She would go out of her way to do thoughtful gestures, but I was so caught up in my own world that I didn't always take the time to acknowledge them. Over time, I could see how that affected her. She felt less valued, less important, and it impacted our connection. When I finally realized what was happening and made an effort to truly express my gratitude, everything shifted. The energy between us changed, and she felt more secure and appreciated. So I encourage you, make gratitude a habit, not just something you pull out on special occasions. It's the everyday moments that build a strong foundation in any relationship. When you consistently show up with gratitude, you're proving that you're not like the rest of the guys out there. Gratitude isn't just a one-time thing, it's a practice, a mindset. And when you approach it from a place of genuine appreciation, it strengthens not just your relationship, but you as a person. Stoicism teaches us to be grounded, to stay calm and centered no matter what's happening around us. Gratitude is a key part of that because when you focus on what you're thankful for, external chaos doesn't shake you as much. So the next time she does something thoughtful, no matter how small, take a moment. Appreciate it. Let her know she's valued. In a world where most people move through life without truly seeing each other, this simple act can set you apart in ways you can't even imagine. And trust me, it goes deeper than words. It's about the way you carry yourself, the way you show up. That's what really leaves a lasting impression. Just like the Stoics believed. Focus on controlling what's in your power, your actions, your words, your appreciation. The rest will naturally fall into place. So, are you ready to start practicing gratitude? Start small and watch the impact it has, not just on her, but on you. Big time. Over-apologizing can actually make you come across as unsure of yourself, or worse, weak. Let's break it down. Imagine you're in a conversation and something small happens. Maybe there's an awkward silence, or you voice an opinion she doesn't fully agree with. What's the first thing a lot of guys do? They apologize. "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that." Or, "Sorry if that upset you." But why? You didn't do anything wrong. You were just being yourself. Here's where things get interesting. Women, and people in general, respect those who stand by their words and actions. They don't need you to agree with everything they say, and they certainly don't want you to apologize for simply existing or having a different point of view. Let me share something personal. There was a time when I used to over-apologize constantly. I thought it was the polite thing to do, that it would make me seem considerate or likable. But then I started noticing something strange. The more I apologized for little things, the less confident I felt, and honestly, the less respect I seemed to get. It was like every unnecessary sorry chipped away at my sense of self-worth. I wasn't just undermining myself, I was sending the message that I wasn't secure in who I was. This is where Stoicism comes in. One of its core principles is understanding what's within your control and what isn't. You can't control how someone reacts to what you say, but you can control how you respond. Over-apologizing is often a way of trying to control the situation, to keep things comfortable and conflict-free. But here's the truth. Life isn't always comfortable, and it's definitely not free of conflict. And that's okay. Stoicism teaches us to stay calm and grounded in the face of discomfort. So, next time you feel the urge to apologize for something minor, pause for a second. Ask yourself, is this something I truly need to apologize for, or am I just trying to avoid tension? Let me give you an example. Imagine you're on a date and you say something honest, maybe even a little bold. She looks at you, slightly surprised, and you immediately think, uh-oh, I need to backtrack. But instead of apologizing right away, take a moment. You don't have to be rude or stubborn, but standing by what you said shows confidence. It tells her, I'm comfortable with who I am, and I don't need to apologize for having my own thoughts. Confidence isn't about being aggressive or loud. It's about being secure in your own skin, even when there's a little tension in the air. And trust me, women notice that. Now, this doesn't mean you should never apologize. Far from it. When you've truly made a mistake, when you've hurt someone or acted out of line, own up to it. Apologizing in those moments shows strength, not weakness. It shows maturity and responsibility. But the key is knowing when an apology is truly necessary and when it's just an attempt to keep things comfortable. Think about it. If you apologize too often, it starts to lose its meaning. It's like crying wolf. If you say sorry for every little thing, it won't carry weight when you really need it. So, save your apologies for the moments that matter. When you do that, they become more genuine, more powerful, and more respected. Here's a practical tip. Next time you catch yourself about to apologize for something small, stop and reframe the situation. Instead of saying, sorry I'm late, try, thank you for your patience. Instead of, sorry for bothering you, say, I appreciate your time. This simple shift changes the energy from self-blame to appreciation, and it has a huge impact on how people perceive you and how you perceive yourself. Let's tie this back to Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius once said, if you are pained by external things, it is not they that disturb you, but your own judgment of them. In other words, the discomfort you feel when things get tense isn't about the situation itself. It's about how you interpret it. Over-apologizing is often a reaction to that discomfort. But a Stoic approach is to recognize that discomfort isn't a bad thing. It's just part of life. You don't have to smooth over every rough patch. You can be okay with things not always going perfectly. And that is what gives you real strength. So next time you feel that urge to apologize just to keep things smooth, pause. Ask yourself, is this apology necessary? Am I truly in the wrong, or am I just uncomfortable? When you stop apologizing for things that don't require an apology, you'll notice a shift. Not just in how others see you, but in how you see yourself. You'll feel more confident, more in control, and more at peace, just like a true Stoic. At the end of the day, that's what matters most, being true to yourself, owning your actions, and standing firm in who you are. Because when you do that, everything else, your relationships, your confidence, your entire presence, will naturally follow. Sense of self and confidence in action. Your sense of self will naturally fall into place when your actions align with your words. This is where something crucial comes in. Your actions matter just as much as your words. If your actions don't match what you say, it's over. This is where Stoicism becomes your secret weapon. Stoicism teaches that your actions should be deliberate, grounded, and come from a place of calm confidence. Here's how you put that into practice. 1. Master your body language. It might sound simple, but this is where most guys mess up. Your body is always sending signals, even when you don't realize it. If you're fidgeting, shifting around, or avoiding eye contact, you're basically signaling nervousness or uncertainty. And think about it. If you don't seem confident in yourself, why should she be confident in you? Here's what to do. Calm your body. Stand tall, keep your feet firmly planted, and relax your shoulders. The goal is to exude calm confidence, not tension. Maintain balanced eye contact. Many guys either avoid eye contact because they're nervous or overdo it, making things awkward. The key is to find the right balance. Look her in the eyes for a few seconds to show you're paying attention, but don't stare. When done right, this creates a natural connection. Move with purpose. Think about how you enter a room. Do you rush in, looking down or glancing around nervously? If so, you're not alone. But moving without intention signals uncertainty. A stoic man moves deliberately, knowing he belongs wherever he is. Women pick up on this. Moving with purpose shows strength and confidence, which is highly attractive. 2. Small gestures, big impact. Forget trying to impress her with grand romantic gestures. That's not what really matters. The little things make the biggest difference. And no, this doesn't mean buying flowers or chocolates. It's about showing her that you truly listen and pay attention. For example, if she mentions her favorite author, surprise her with a book from that author. If she shares a challenge she's facing, check in to see how she's doing. These small gestures show that you're genuinely engaged with who she is, not just how she looks. 3. Stop trying to be the entertainer. A lot of guys think they need to constantly keep women laughing with jokes or wild stories. But here's the truth. Women don't need a comedian. They want someone who listens. Instead of focusing on being the life of the party, be the guy who's fully present. Listen more than you talk. Trust me, that's way more attractive than constantly trying to be funny. Applying Stoicism to modern relationships. Things won't always go your way. Maybe a date isn't going smoothly, or she starts pulling away and you don't know why. Most guys panic, but not you. A stoic man stays calm. He doesn't let external circumstances disrupt his inner peace. Scenario 1. The date isn't going well. Maybe the conversation feels awkward, or the restaurant got your order wrong. Most guys would rush to fix everything and try to make the night perfect. But a stoic man doesn't need everything to be perfect. He stays calm and relaxed, not letting small things bother him. He knows it's not about what happens around him, but how he reacts. When she sees that you're unfazed by little inconveniences, she'll feel more at ease too. Your calmness sets the tone. Scenario 2. She starts pulling away. This is a tough one, and it's where a lot of guys slip up. When a woman pulls back, most men go into overdrive. They text more, call more, and try to figure out what went wrong. But here's the secret. That's exactly what pushes her further away. A stoic man understands that he can't control her actions, only his response. So instead of chasing after her, he steps back and gives her space. And in that space, she realizes you're different. You're not desperate for her attention, and that's when she starts coming back. I know this might seem a little backward, but trust me, it works. Women are naturally drawn to men who don't need them. When you show her that you're confident and secure with or without her, everything shifts. Suddenly, she's the one putting in the effort. It's all about flipping the dynamic, showing her that you're not afraid to lose her because you're comfortable in your own skin. All right, let's dive into something truly important, being true to yourself. I know. You've probably heard this phrase tossed around countless times, but let's unpack what it really means, because it's more than just a catchy saying. Being true to yourself isn't about being stagnant or refusing to grow. It's about embracing who you are at your core, flaws and all. It's like looking in a mirror and accepting what you see, recognizing that every little quirk, every scar, every imperfection contributes to the unique person you are. Think about it. How often do we find ourselves trying to shape ourselves into someone we think others want us to be? We change our opinions, our style, or even our sense of humor, all in an effort to win someone's approval. But here's the kicker. When you try to fit into someone else's mold, you lose the essence of who you truly are. And honestly, it's exhausting. Instead of molding yourself to meet someone else's expectations, why not channel that energy into becoming the best version of you? Imagine walking into a room, and instead of feeling like you have to impress everyone, you just show up as yourself. You're confident in your opinions, you laugh at your own jokes, and you're not afraid to let your quirks shine through. This is where the magic happens. When you stop chasing approval and instead focus on living with purpose and strength, you naturally begin to attract the right people into your life, including that special someone. Women aren't drawn to you because of some rehearsed pickup line or flashy display. They're attracted to you because of who you are at your core, the genuine, authentic man who knows his worth. Now let's relate this back to Stoicism. The Stoics believed in the power of self-mastery and the understanding that we can't control everything around us, but we can control our reactions and attitudes. By accepting yourself fully, including your imperfections, you cultivate an inner strength that is unshakable. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This means that when you focus on being true to yourself, you're not only embracing your individuality, but also taking control of your life and happiness. So here's the bottom line. It's time to stop chasing women. Let that sink in. Stop trying to impress people or playing mind games that lead nowhere. Instead, pour that energy into self-discovery and growth. Be the kind of man who attracts what he desires naturally, not through manipulation or pretense. Picture yourself as a steady presence in your own life and in the lives of others. Think of the calm in the storm. When everything around you feels chaotic, you remain grounded. You're the rock that people can lean on. This kind of stability isn't just attractive, it's magnetic. People are drawn to that energy, and before you know it, your relationships, career, and entire life begin to transform in powerful ways. And remember, this journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every day presents an opportunity to show up authentically and continue evolving. Ask yourself, what small steps can I take today to embrace my true self? Maybe it's sharing your thoughts more openly, trying out a new hobby that excites you, or even just being honest about your feelings. Let's wrap this up with a little encouragement. As you embark on this journey of self-acceptance, trust that the right woman will be drawn to your authenticity. When you are confident in who you are, you create a ripple effect that not only changes how others perceive you, but also how you perceive yourself. You start to realize that you are enough, just as you are. So embrace the journey. Accept your flaws. Let your authentic self shine through. Trust me, this is the most powerful way to attract the right relationships and live a fulfilling life. You got this. Now, you've got the tools to unlock her heart. No tricks, no cheesy lines, just by mastering yourself. Take these lessons, put them into action, and see how everything shifts. If you're ready to keep growing, don't forget to subscribe, and let's keep building the life and relationships you deserve.